Welcome back to the series on fixing up and getting the Toyota Tundra running. It's been home for a couple of days and I've looked it over a couple of times, and I think I've come up with a list of what I need to get it running and off the trailer. Starting from the back, the drive shaft was removed when it was towed, so I'll have to get that connected before I take the straps and the chains off. The gas cap has a locking cap, but I have no key, so I'm gonna have to run a screw into that and see if I can just use it as a regular non-locking cap. The next biggest thing, of course, is this front wheel and tire and the suspension. I want to get it up on jack stands so that I can pull these off. The tie rod end that I need for the other side should be here today, so I will try to get that done. I've had a charger on the battery for about a day and a half now, and I'm not getting anything, so the battery may be dead. It probably was parked 6 to 8 months before I got it. I'm going to try putting jumper cables from my pickup onto that and see if I get anything. It could also be some sort of master fuse, so we'll look at that. Cosmetically, I'll probably take the running boards and the bumpers off, but that, I don't have to do that this weekend. I'm going to get this wheel and tire off just so that I can get access to the suspension, and then we'll see what we can do. Luckily, I found the 4 drive shaft bolts in the center console, so I'll be able to put those in and get that done quickly. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and take down the drive shaft. I've already placed the pickup truck in to neutral with the parking brake on, and it's still strapped to the trailer, so there's no risk of this rolling forward on me. Got a free ratchet strap here with the purchase of a Tundra. There we go. Okay. There we are. Grab my 4 bolts and get this thing installed. Alright. Alright, there's 1 bolt. Put the washer and the nut on. I'm just going to tighten them up by hand for now. And later when I get it off the trailer and onto the lift, I'll go ahead and torque them. Alright. That's 2. Alright. Now there's a Zerk fitting on the U-joint, so I'll have to make sure I come back and grease this drive shaft. Hopefully the U-joints are in good condition. All right, I'm going to start by loosening the lug nuts on the passenger side. The driver's side, the tire's off the rim, so I might need to get an impact wrench on there. We'll see when we get there. These are not on very tight. Having a heavy-duty breaker bar helps. All right, let's move around to the other side. We'll see if this side turns or if I have to get my impact gun. Oh, all right. All right, good deal. So now let's loosen the chain on this front corner and get a jack and a jack stand under it. All right, I have a couple of cinder blocks and some other cribbing wood under the frame. I'm ready to start jacking. All right, let's go ahead and take this wheel off. I'm going to grab the impact wrench. I've got my impact wrench, and I would only do this because they're already loose. All right. Looks like we're going to have to go up a little bit more. There we go. And we're off. Okay, we'll get this cribbing in here. Okay. All right, that was a success. Let's move this equipment over to the other side and we'll get the right side wheel and tire. All right, I'm all set up on this side and ready to go. Let's get her up. Okay, I saw that tire pop loose. Let me grab the impact wrench. Okay, now we can work on it safely. So you may have noticed that this has, looks like 1-inch spacers on the front rotors, and also a 1-inch lift kit. That was a bit of a surprise. And from here you can see our broken tie rod end. We'll have to get that out, and hopefully the replacement tie rod will show up today from Amazon. Okay, let's see if we can get that old tie rod end out of there. Start by straightening out the split pin. Nice, that came right out. All right, I have a 19 millimeter impact socket. Let's see what we can do here. Well, that sucks. That one was broken. So, let's get a wrench on there. All right. It's coming right off. Okay, let me go grab a hammer. We'll see if we can beat that off. All right, I left the nut just at the top of the thread so that I'm beating on the whole thing together. And there we go. One broken tie rod end. All right, let me grab some wrenches and get set up to remove the other end. So I couldn't find a ruler. What I'm going to do is mark the end of this, put it up against the end of the boot, and mark the end of the and that way I'll have a pretty good idea of where to set the replacement one. A couple of wrenches on here. There we go. All right. And there's the other half. While I'm here, I'm gonna straighten this up a little. All right, that's good for now. We're making good progress. Okay, I hooked up jumper cables to my F250. I'm gonna check the oil real quick and then attach the second one. It's got oil and it looks clean. So I'm gonna hook up the negative. And we're gonna see See if I can start it. Okay, that's a good sign. The battery's definitely weak, but it sounds like it's going to start. So I'm going to let my Ford try to charge the battery a little bit and try again later. All right, this has been running for about 5-10 minutes. Let's give it another try and see if we can get her to start. And just like that, we have a running farm truck. Awesome. I'm super happy. Okay, so this didn't come with any keys, and this locking cap won't come off. I have heard that if you run a screw into this, it'll make it so you can open it. So let's give it a try. And just like that, my locking gas cap is no longer locking. I'm gonna leave it like that for now, and I'll get a replacement cap when I get a chance. All right, the new tie rod end showed up, so we're gonna try to get this thing back together. See what we got here. Excellent. Okay, on some fresh gloves. All right, so I'll thread that on there. Okay, I have my measuring stick that I made. That's right about there. Put the lock nut on it. Okay. Now. Oh. Oh, there we go. All right. Okay, there we go. Got it. All right. Take our nut. That looks like a bigger nut. No. Okay. Let me get a socket for this. That's on. I'll have to get a cotter pin for that. Let me get the 2 wrenches. Make sure that's on there good and tight. Alright, there we go. And we've got the suspension back together. I'm going to get the tire from my buddy, and we're going to be back in business.